Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's me, Mr. Mario, and welcome back to another episode of Thrifty Gaming Pickups. This here is a series I do with my dog, Lily, who's just chilling, as you can see. Now, essentially, what this is this a series here on my second channel. If you want to check out something that's a little more edited and, more focused and everything, you can come over to my first channel, Mr. Mario 2011, linked down below in the description. But this here is more casual. I occasionally upload onto it. It's really become the home of Thrifty Gaming Pickups, which is a series I do with my dog Lily here. As you can see, she's been in every single episode. And in here, what I do is I just kind of cover some of the recent gaming pickups that I've picked up from garage sales, thrift shops, game shops, sometimes friends, trades, other deals. And I really just, talk about them here and show you everything, just depending on the deals and such that I got. Typically, like for example, if I pick up a game like brand new MSRP, I'm not going to show that on here, but if it was, a good discount or something, I'll typically do that. So the funny thing is, one, as you can see, there's not that much of a pile because I've actually really slowed down on buying stuff here recently. And secondly, Lily's been super funny here. I got everything set up, right? And she was just chilling on the bed, and I have some biscuits. She doesn't know that word, so she won't get excited. But I have some biscuits that are in my pocket. So what happened was when she was over there, I start putting the stuff down, and her nose just started going nuts. She could smell them instantly. And then what happened was when I was getting all my camera stuff set up, well, as you can see right here, hi, Lily. She actually started laying just like this right next to all the product, just like super nicely, because she knows that I have something. So that's what we're going to do. We're actually going to be getting here on the floor with Lily, and we're just going to go over these small things that I got. And this is going to be a shorter episode, but kind of just wanted to check in with you all, have you all hang out with Lily, and Lily can hang out with you all, of course, as well, too. So it will be a fun time. I only have one biscuit left in my pocket, so let me, at least, I'm going to, break it in half. All right, Lily. Yeah, I know. You are, oh, okay, how about, hold on. How about I give you half of it, right? Oops. You got it. All right, good job. We'll give you the other half later. Cool. Anyways, I know, Lily. I know. Just sit down. Just chill out. All right. Just relax. There we go. Good job, Lily. Either way, what we're looking at here are really just from two pickups overall. Now, here I end up getting these. I was hanging out with a friend of mine both times, and we end up going to a swap meet and a flea market. That's it. So what happened was, let's just go ahead and go with the first ones first. I think that will be okay. So over here, most of these are gaming related. First of all, I think the very first thing I picked up, there was one stall over at this flea market. Swap meet, excuse me. There was one stall over at the swap meet where they kind of just had, all these stalls, all these vendors typically have just tons of random stuff. And I started looking at the electronics. So anytime there was interesting electronics, I would go over there and I would look. And what I ended up seeing was one of these. This is, if you do not recognize it, it is a 64 megabyte, not gigabyte. This is 64 megabyte. Some from back in the day. This is a memory unit for the Xbox 360. I'm sure there's a lot of people that either don't know or they completely forgot that the Xbox 360 actually used memory units, and that is true. They're not memory cards, they're called memory units. They only worked on the fat systems. The slim systems and the slim, like the Slim S and the Slim E, do not have these ports right here. Really, they were okay for what they were. I think there was 64 megabyte, 120, or I think there was 64 meg, 256, and 512 megabytes. And really, this was just supposed to be, this is before you could use USB drives on your system. Formatted to the system itself, like to FATX. So this is really just supposed to be, hey, you can put your profile on here and you can take it to different houses and different consoles. Because if you remember back in the day on the 360, the more gamer score you had on there, the longer it took to import your account. And my account would take 3-4 hours to download onto a console. So it was really nice just to have this right here. I actually had a 512 megabyte one back in the day, and as soon as they released that USB update, man, I ended up selling that to the game shop that I worked at. It'd probably be pretty hard to find a 512 megabyte one now out in the wild, but either way, I saw this just for nostalgia's sake. I got super excited, decided to pick this up. I asked the seller how much they wanted for it, and I believe they wanted $2. I think that's what I remember. So yeah, $2. I was pretty happy to get this right here. This one was a little more expensive, but at another booth, I ended up finding this here, a nice original PlayStation 2 memory card. Whenever I see these for cheap, I do like to pick them up here. As you can see, this is an official one. It is an official Sony 8MB card, so you know it's the good stuff, and it is Magic Gate certified. These are the best ones because you can install FreeMcBoot on them with no issue. They are fantastic. Plus, they just corrupt less and all that stuff. So end up getting this right here. I also like the see-through blue. Super cool. I end up getting this right here for $5. I think they were asking a little more, and then they took $5 for it, so I was pretty happy with that. Right here, there was one booth that I ended up seeing this at, and at first I decided to, I saw it and I just looked around, and then as we were leaving, I said, you know what? This is a good deal. This is a good deal, so I'm going to go back and get it. And thankfully, it was still there, and I picked it up. But they were selling more computer stuff and all of that. And this here, I hadn't even physically seen it. But as you can see, this is Windows 11 Pro. It says up the top here, it is compatible, like both, well, yeah, it says 32 and 64 megabyte, so that's cool. I'm of course going to use a 64 megabyte one, and inside of here, I haven't opened it yet as you can see, but inside of here is a USB drive where you just plug that in and you would install Windows 11 from that. It also includes a key as well too, and I really just bought it for the key. Like, I'm not going to install Windows 11 from here directly, more than likely, but I'll just make my own USB drive for that. However, the key is pretty nice to have. And this complete here, brand new as you can see, was $30. So I mean, finding this in the wild, a Windows 11 Pro key for $30, and it is it's not an OEM one either. It's one of these, even though to me it doesn't make all too much of a difference. As long as it's going to work and activate, I'm happy with it. But having one of these here, a legitimate retail key for $30, I was very happy with that. Now, these right here, you're going to have to believe me. If I remember, I will have to put up a photo or something. But these here, I end up getting brand new. I know they are out of the box right now because it's been several weeks since I bought these. I have used them. I hooked them up, synced them up, charged them up, updated them, all that fun stuff. These two here, these were brand new Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons. Now, I end up seeing them at another vendor. They had a whole mess of stuff, some video games and all that, and I saw these in the box, and I think, let me see. Let me just see the price. I have it written here. There we go. So I end up seeing these, and I asked how much they wanted for them because, again, they were brand new. And it looked like, I guess, they were, like, opened at one point, and they were just, like, taped back closed. But either way, I mean, they're legitimate. They're working. They feel brand new as well, too. They had the straps and all that stuff, and then I just got rid of the packaging because I'm one of those people, I don't keep the packaging on hand for these, but I can assure you they were actually brand new. So they end up asking $40 for this brand new pair of Joy-Cons. I did try to ask if they would take $30 for them. I was talking with the wife. She asked her husband. He just said no, and I'm like, yeah, I'll still pay $40 because that's a really good deal for these. And I was very happy with these here. So this was probably my favorite deal that I had gotten on that pickup. I got all 4 of these at that time, but getting the Joy-Cons brand new for $40 was very happy with that. The next 2 pickups here, right, Lily? Lily, yeah, I get that's how it goes, yeah. The next 2 pickups here I end up getting at the flea market that my friend and I had gone to. And we ended up going there. She had never been, and we ended up getting a lot of stuff, but it was mostly like food and other like items and all. And then she ended up getting some gifts for people as well too, and she ended up loving the place. For me, I only end up getting, like, for actual electronics, I only got a couple of things here, because typically I'm not going to be the person. I don't really want to get like chargers and all that stuff from there. However, there was one vendor I saw. I ended up seeing this Xbox 360 controller, and it was funny because, like, in the back they had like a whole lot of video game stuff. They had controllers, games, all that, and they had one of these for like $20 or $25, which I don't really want to pay that much for an Xbox 360 controller. However, I just ended up finding this one like right there. Like, it was just, yes, Lily, it was just like right there, like on top of glass counter. So I ended up picking it up, and I just took it to the front, and I asked, hey, there's no price on this, how much? The guy ended up asking the gamer dude in the back, and he just said $5. So I said, yep, $5 for an Xbox 360 controller. It even has the battery pack on as well too. Not like they were rechargeable. Honestly, those rechargeable ones are absolute junk. Do not use them. Just not great. But it has the battery pack on this as well too, so $5 for this. Was very happy with this controller. It does need to be cleaned, of course, so I will have to open it up and clean it. But from what I can tell with like the colors, like since this is like black on black and then this is super chromed out right here, this is one of the later revisions of the controllers. So as long as it works, I don't mind all too much. And lastly here, I end up getting one game. So I went to another shop. They had a whole lot of games there. It looked like these games were dusty, you all. They were dusty, so nobody was buying these games. So I end up seeing this. This is one of the few PSP games they had. Actually, one of the few PSP games I end up seeing there, and it is not one that I have in my collection. And it's funny because I showed this to my friend, and she just looks at it, and she's like, "That I played that game so much. If it wasn't Gran Turismo, it was And then I told her, I was like, was it Ridge Racer? So they said, yes, it was Ridge Racer. And that game looked so good. And I used to play that so much on the PSP. And that's what got me into like techno music. And so that was cool. And I told her like, yeah, that's awesome. But no, I played that a lot more than Gran Turismo. I did ask her though, since she said techno, I asked if she'd played Wipeout. She'd never played Wipeout, unfortunately. But either way, it's no Ridge Racer, but it is Gran Turismo. End up finding this there. As you can see, it was $10. Now, unfortunately, you know, it is incomplete. It doesn't have the manual, but the disc itself, Lily, you want to sniff that? All right. The disc itself was, it looks great. I still need to back it up, but it has the case. It has, you know, some stickers on here. So it used to be at a GameStop. And it's not in like the best shape, but it was all right. So I end up seeing this there. It was $10. I asked the guy, hey, will you do 5? He said, no, man, I can't do half off on that. How about 8? So I end up buying this for $8. Looked up the price online as well too. And I was like, wow, that is definitely going for more than I expected. So even at $8 without the manual, still pretty good. So I was happy with all of these pickups right here. That's about it for this episode. I kind of just wanted to, again, do a quick episode here, getting you all up to speed. These are really all the pickups I've gotten here recently. Aside from, like, you know, these have been, like, the deals. There's been some other games that I've gotten here and there, but nothing really, like, super worthwhile putting here. Like, I don't know, for example, I got, like, Metroid Prime Remastered on Switch, but I paid $40 for that brand new, which is how much it goes for, so that's not something I'm going to include in here. But either way, that is about it for this episode of Thrifty Gaming Pickups. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all are doing well. Again, kind of just doing a check-in with you all. If you enjoyed this video, a like would absolutely be appreciated. If you didn't like it, a dislike would be fine as well too. But just so you know, if you do dislike this video, you're going to make this this treat-eating dog here very, very sad.